Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Matatanes Baseball is holding tryouts for their 10U to 13U teams and are looking for dedicated players ready to grow and compete. Join them on July 15th at 6:30 p.m. for their 10U tryouts at the Maplewood Baseball Field in Cleveland, or on July 16th at 5:30 p.m. for their 13U tryouts at the North Ridgeville High School Baseball Field. At Matatanes Baseball, they prioritize player development, helping athletes improve their skills, baseball IQ, and confidence on and off the field. Whether you're looking to elevate your game or take the next step in your baseball journey, Matatanes is the place to be. What a finish to the 15U bracket. One of the best games that we have seen all summer. Now it's time to flip up to the 16U division. It is our one and only semifinal. It's the Wow Factor and T3 up next on SmeeSports.
Yeah, thank you. I just want to say first, all glory to God. Without him, I am nothing.
Power the shove. Bear Nation, we will see you on Saturday afternoon. Riley Meister gets the point.
Back into left field. Say goodnight to that baseball.
This is another one. It's back-to-back jacks for KSU Tuscarawas. He's the point, and it's alive. Hanson pushes it over. Unbelievable. We play on. It's blocked. We're tied. We're tied. Unbelievable.
From Skeeles Field on the campus of the University of Akron, we say good afternoon and welcome in once again to SmeeSports' coverage of the 965 Midwest Challenges Zips Invite here in Akron. He's Cameron Ragazzo. I am Nathan Smee on the call for you live on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. We are experiencing some technical difficulties at the moment due to the Rue Wi-Fi deciding to go and cycle on through on random different loops. So hopefully we can get that figured out in the next couple of moments. But Cam, I'll toss it over to you. What will it take for one of these squads to walk out of here? Win.
I think it's going to come down to pitching like it kind of did earlier in those 15U games. When you have the pitchers on tap for this game, this is already their 5th game of this tournament. They need to win this one to go play the championship later on today. But you obviously got to focus on this one. Your pitcher has got to throw as many strikes as possible. Can't give up those free passes. Can't give up those pass balls when runners are on base because those are just extra free bases. And you really just got to play sound defense. Can't compound errors on errors. Just can't have those initial errors anyways in the first place. But if you do have an error, you can't compound that and then have a couple of singles notched in there, and all of a sudden it's just disaster.
For the Wild Factor, it is Ian Miller leading things off. First pitch, swing and a miss, and we are underway here at 12:55 p.m. Should be another fun game. just looking at these two teams, I think I mentioned it to you before we went on air. These teams could score 10-plus runs each, or this could be a 2-1 slugfest. They both have the ability to be dominant on offense and on defense. It's a battle of wills, really. Both teams have been tested plenty of times in this competition. But T3, they might be the stronger of the two as of right now. Going back to Thursday, they played a tight game against Forest Crews, 2-2 through 6. In the 7th inning, they scored 9 and won that game. Ended up 3-1. They knew they couldn't become the number 1 seed. They had a throwaway arm in their last game, which they then lost to Release Dick. And that is why they are the number 2 seed here against the Wow Factor, who went 2-2, losing their final 2 games, almost got knocked off by Release Dick. But that big win against Release in the 2nd game of this tournament kept them alive, and it gives them a shot here as the 3 seed. Here comes the 2-2. Swing and a miss, and there is out number 1. First strikeout of the day for Hayden Lipinski. And as a starter, Lipinski looking to get a big outing under his belt. And once again, Cam, take a wild guess where Lipinski's from.
Is he from Hudson?
He's a rising junior at Hudson. It's all Hudson. That is all it is. 1 up, 1 down. And now it is Andrew Bushy coming in. Lipinski's first pitch down low in the dirt. Andrew Bushy, wearing number 8 for this squad, just finished up his sophomore campaign in the Youngstown area for Cardinal Mooney. A lot of good Youngstown players on this squad. You see the likes of Lakeview, JFK, Catholic, Warren JFK, same thing in there. Canfield out there, South Range, Howland. A lot of those top Youngstown area schools represented. But you also do have some more local guys. You have Zach Stow, the starting third baseman. He is from Buckeye. You have a couple other guys from Hoban on there. It's a good mixture. And that is going to be a free pass. A hard one at that. And that will put Bushy on at first base, setting up Braden Kaverick. But running through that early hard 90, not ideal for Lipinski.
Yeah, just ran a little bit inside and ran off the elbow guard.
And that is why you do wear the elbow guard. It does offer some good protection from hard fastballs coming in. It is Kaverick now stepping back in. He's had a couple of good games at this tournament. And once again, going back out to that Youngstown area, he is a rising junior at Howland in the Warren area. 1 on, 1 down, top of 1. The Wow Factor looking for a good start in this game. Takes that one opposite way, foul. Now an 0-1 count. Looking at the defense today for T3, it is Lipinski on the mound, Peters behind the dish, Willits at first, Toyota at second, and as short as Ramos, Jockle at third, Kostiak in left, Wolf in center, and Bender out and right rounds out the defense for the number 2 seed. The 0-1, wave and a miss, now 0-2. Lipinski is bringing a lot of heat early on. And I feel like he can definitely win some key at-bats that way. Sun's starting to come out a little bit more. That can be a factor as we do switch over to the 16U. The sun was there in the first half of the day, but the heat, not as much.
Yeah, it was mostly kind of overcast throughout the morning, but as we go into the afternoon, it seems sky's opening up a little bit more.
Runner goes, and now they have a rundown. Throw to 2 is not in time. The ball is on the turf. Excellent work by Bushy, able to steal a base out of thin air.
Well, he got lucky. It would have been in time. However, the ball kind of just in and out of the glove and unable to get the tag down.
And now the opening run stands in scoring position for the Wow Factor. Lipinski's 1-2, wave and a miss, and there is out number 2. 2 strikeouts to begin the outing for Hayden Lipinski. And once again, Hudson is well represented, and I think this squad is going to be one of those big up-and-comers. We have a couple of other players that are on the other up-and-comer in the area, Amherst, who we'll see in the bottom of the inning. Wave and a miss from Henkel, 0-1. I feel like the Amherst story has not been talked about enough. Making it all the way to the state championship, usually a Division I team, dropped down to 2, beat some tough teams, and from the start of this year, they were one of the top teams according to PBR, and they proved that down the stretch. Ground ball hit over towards third. Throw to one is in time, and the side is retired. Nice throw across the diamond from Jockel, and the inning is over. Middle of one in Akron. No score on SmeeSports. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Welcome back to Skeeles Field for the bottom of the first inning. We did just make an internet connection change, so hopefully that does help us out here as we look to have a more steady and consistent connection. For T3 this inning, it is Ramos, Wolf, and Toyota. Cam, so far, a solid start for T3. The defense doing a good job. Now it's time for the offense to get rolling early on in this game, and they are going to need it against this good of a team. 1 ball, 1 strike the count on the leadoff hitter, Manny Ramos. Ramos drives that one foul for strike 2. This past season for North Ridgeville, Ramos batted .324. A very good campaign as a sophomore for the Rangers. He is definitely a key player to look out for next year that could break out and take that next step. On the mound today for the Wow Factor, it is Landon Hinkle. His 1-2 is off the dish, evening up the counts. Looking ahead to our final game of the weekend, Force Mancuso is going to play the winner of this game, and their coaching staff has just arrived. 2-2 fouled away towards the soccer field. We will see it again. Ramos is a very good power hitter. We saw that power back against Force Cruz on Thursday. He did have a leadoff double in that game. And that really did help set the tempo from the start. They couldn't seal that one until the 7th. But once that one was over, Ramos was a big, big reason why it was. And this time he pieces it off into right field, and it is a leadoff single for Manny Ramos. Takes it the opposite way and finally gets it to fall in fair territory. Nice piece of hitting from the starting shortstop. And now that'll bring in Peyton Wolf, the center fielder. Wolf just finished up his sophomore campaign at Normandy. He was a big reason why the game against North Canton Hoover went to 12 innings, as that was one of the most wild finishes in the entire OHSAA state tournament. That game ended on a passed ball. 1-0 the final. Jeez. That was it. Normandy took Hoover to 12, which was a massive result for them. year one of a new regime, and they really went out with a bang. 0-1 well off the plate. Looking at the defense, it is Papuga behind the dish, Hinkle on the mound, Kaverick at first, Bushy at second, Miller at short, Stow at third, Childs in left, Goss in center, and Grimes in right rounds out the Wow Factor defense. The 1-1 runs inside and chopped foul. As well, Peyton Wolf outside of baseball, a very good hockey player as he plays AAA down in Columbus. But from what we've been told, his main love and main passion is baseball. And I believe that is evident by him playing here today on a travel team that does a lot of tournaments. The 1-2, driven down the left field line. This one should fall, and it will. Back-to-back base knocks. Ramos is off to third, and going to second is Wolf. Perfectly placed double. Two now in scoring position.
Yeah, didn't just try and do too much with it. Just let it travel in the stands, send it the opposite way, and served it up. Just stayed fair down the line.
And you could see where Childs was playing too far out, and that last ricochet off the turf towards the fence that allowed the double. Now it is Elias Toyota stepping in and a chance to put T3 on the board. He had an RBI ground out to open the scoring last time we saw T3. This time it's an RBI line drive single into left field. Elias Toyota opens up the scoring. It's 3 base knocks in a row, and one of them an extra base hit.
It's exactly what you want to see if you're T3. You come out, get some quick outs in the top of the first, and then in the bottom, able to get an early run on the board and still looking for more.
And now time called a powwow on the diamond. It is going to be the second baseman, the pitcher, and the catcher. So a very interesting decision there, and I'm sure that is to kind of alleviate some of the first and third confusion, which, based on that, I think they might be throwing through.
Or cutting off. You never really know. I mean, yes, but also could be talking about them cutting it off.
Has his power, though. They might not send him, and they won't. Now they do. It's a delayed steal. They throw down right back to the pitcher. I always love that move, but that time it doesn't get them to bite. But Logan Hash just finished up his sophomore year at Riverside. Riverside, one of those programs up and coming as well. Really, since Mikey Maloney transformed the football team, a couple of their other programs have taken big jumps. The big one being softball, as they won the state title this year. Hash fouls that one back. That state title was a great one for Riverside. They took down Perry, who had yet another Cinderella run in the playoffs. So many of the Perry sports just decided all of a sudden in the playoffs, you know what? We're done losing. We're going to go and win out. We saw that with basketball especially. One ball, one strike to count here on Hess. The pitch. Up and out for ball 2. In the on-deck circle after Logan Hess, it is Wade Bender. Bender, not a player that we saw in the last game of T3, so it'll be interesting to see what he can do for this squad. Hinkle sets and fires, driven down the right side, but caught at first for out number 1. A heavy line out.
Really good snag over there at first. If not, probably gets down the line, goes for extra bases, and scores 2.
That was Kaverick with the catch. And now Wade Bender, the right fielder, steps in. Bender just finished up his sophomore campaign at Brecksville. 2 runners in scoring position, 1 down, 1-0. The T3 Warhawks on top. And they want more here. It is going to be a suicide squeeze. Wow.
I did not expect that.
It goes foul. At least a safety, but it appears Coach Tippins is going for blood early. That is a bold move in the bottom of the first inning, but I love it.
Almost worked, too. That almost stayed fair.
And now I'm going to hear Cam say if that was him, he would have been in.
Mm-hmm.
And there it is. They can't try it again here. The 0-1, he will take now 0-2. Have we seen anything like that this summer? We've seen a couple of the squeezes, but
not in the first inning.
You're up 1. You want to play with fire. That's the best way to do it. Now an 0-2 count on the lefty Bender. Well off the dish for ball 1. Good take. After Bender, it's Kostiak, Peters, then Lipinski. Looking ahead to the top of the second inning, it is Lassard, Stow, and Goss. 5, 6, and 7 for the wow factor. The 1-2, chopped foul. But I feel like that attempt is just yet another thing that falls in line with how today has gone. Just a very interesting day of baseball, but you can say that about every single game that we've covered. A lot of interesting things happening, but that is the beauty of this sport. Still a 1-2 count. Henkel tries again, but misses down low on the delivery. Count now even. A chance to either load up the bases or do some damage a more natural way. And I think T3 would like to do some damage here. Already up 1, but we saw that in the last game. That wasn't enough to win it. Ground ball hit to the right side. That will bring in run number 2. But at the expense of out number 2, still, I think that is a worthwhile trade-off for T3.
Absolutely. I mean, just being able to score at least those 2 opening runs. I mean, you get the first run and then kind of get that nice cushion of the second run and trying to still bring in a third here.
And we'll see it back on the replay. Pulls that one completely, just climbs the ladder and hooks it. But it got the job done. He wanted it away from the left side of the infield. And sometimes the swing doesn't have to be the prettiest to get the job done. Or in fact, it kind of has to be a less than, I would say, desirable swing. 1 ball, 1 strike the count on Caden Kostiak, the starting left fielder. Kostiak just finished up his sophomore season at Brecksville. We saw him come in relief at first base on Thursday, if I'm not mistaken. 1 ball, 1 strike, the pitch. Kostiak drills that one into left center. It is down for an RBI single, and that is going to bring in the 3rd run of the inning. The T3 Warhawks offense working tremendously.
Just a good piece of hitting, kind of just shoots it over the shortstop's head. Doesn't, like I said before, didn't really try and do too much on that double. Doesn't try and do too much on that single. Kind of just a little blooper that falls in and exactly where you want it.
Just to put this into perspective, through 6 innings on Thursday against Forest Cruz, these guys scored 2 runs. First inning today, they have 3. The offense, it is here. Runner's going to go on a delayed steal throwdown in plenty of time. The tag not there. Good effort from Bushy over at second base to try and extend to get it. But once again, the delayed steal, not something you see all too often, but it works out. It is Nathan Peters, the catcher, stepping in. Now a runner in scoring position to work with. And he will step out. Did he get time?
I'm not sure.
The pitch looked low.
I'm not sure until he signals.
We will see what it ends up being if that one did count or not. Wave and a miss. Either way, that is strike 1. Nathan Peters just finished up his sophomore campaign out in Lorain County for Avon. And it makes sense why he is playing his travel ball for T3, which is housed in, you guessed it, Avon. Kind of a no-brainer there, as I believe the T3 facility is just a stone skip away from Crusher Stadium. Good drive down the left field line, but foul onto the hill. Count now 1-2 or 2-2. Don't really know which.
Maybe we'll get an indication.
Usually you do on a count like this, regardless of which one it is.
No.
He also hasn't stepped in yet.
No.
Still no. I don't think it really matters now that he has 2 strikes on him. Henkel looking to retire the side. Good drive into right field. Tracked down by Grimes, and he has it to retire the side. But T3's offense tells the story of the bottom of the first inning as they plate 3 runs through 1 in Akron. It is the number 2 seed up 3-zip on the wow factor. Matatanes Baseball is holding tryouts for their 10U to 13U teams and are looking for dedicated players ready to grow and compete. Join them on July 15th at 6:30 p.m. for their 10U tryouts at the Maplewood Baseball Field in Cleveland, or on July 16th at 5:30 p.m. for their 13U tryouts at the North Ridgeville High School Baseball Field. At Matatanas Baseball, they prioritize player development, helping athletes improve their skills, baseball IQ, and confidence on and off the field. Whether you're looking to elevate your game or take the next step in your baseball journey, Matatanas is the place to be. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Top of the second inning at Skeeles Field, and it is the T3 Warhawks off to the races early on, up 3-0 on the Wow Factor. Cam, if you are the number 3 seed here, what do you have to do differently on the offensive end to make something happen?
You got to start breaking down the pitcher. I mean, so far in that first inning, did a really, really nice job. Let his defense play behind him for the one play, but had those 2 strikeouts. You got to start getting to him, make him pitch count go up.
The 1-0 misses low for ball 2. We've had a little bit of wind today, but as the wind starts to kind of pick up, does that become a factor to look at in this contest?
I really don't think so. I don't think it's going to pick up that much. I think the fan blowing in here also helps.
Hard hit ball, foul off to the right, but it does come and go. And same with the sun. It is getting cloudy again. That is kind of what we had to deal with on Thursday. But it is what it is. Sun or no sun, these guys make plays. Looking at the temperature, it's 83, feels like 89.
Probably a little bit warmer on the turf, too.
So I'd say probably 93 down there. The 2-1. Going to break and just miss off the edge for ball 3. Once again, it is Lucian Lessard who's in the box right now, followed by Zach Stow and Truman Goss. 5, 6, and 7 for the Wow Factor. Lipinski's 3-1. Ground ball right side of the infield. Toyota does a nice job to slide to it and makes a nice throw to 1 for out number 1. Excellent job blocking it, going down to a knee on a slide. That is a great textbook play, and to make that throw from down on the ground is really impressive.
Yeah, just a very nice play all around.
And we'll see it back here on the replay. Lessard does good to put it in play, but just a little bit more done by Toyota. 1 up, 1 down as the power hitter Zach Stow steps in. Stow starting this game off at third base. He'll foul that one back for strike 1. We have seen him pitch before. If the Wow Factor does make it to the championship game, I would expect to see him on the mound for that one. He has power. We have seen him hit an inside the park home run on the channel this summer. that is something to look out for. The 0-1 on the outside edge connects. Now an 0-2 count. Hayden Lipinski doing a great job so far on the mound, dialing in early. And he has really set the tempo for this T3 defense. The 0-2 up high. Good take from Zach Stow. Talking about Buckeye. More out your way, Cam, but Nolan Kleinbiel, one of their top players over the past 2 years, transferring to North Royalton. That is a big loss for the sport that he plays. 1-2, shot to foul. Especially basketball, as you now have to replace the big man. Baseball, it's tough too. Not only do you have to replace him on the mound, also in the field, plus on top of that, Andy Schneider's gone. Big power hitter that you know very well. And that we will know very well here with Tri-C coverage. The 1-2 grounded towards short, cut off at third. Throw to one in time for out number 2. No, it's not. It is going to sail high.
Off first baseman's glove.
That was Jockel's throw. It was high to Willett, and that'll be an E5. It looked like it was there, which it beat him for sure.
Yeah, beat him by a couple steps, but just off the tip of the leather.
And now with one on, that'll bring in Truman Goss. Second base runner of the game for the Wow Factor. Double play ball does end the inning, but this Wow Factor team, they have that it factor about them that gets them out of tough spots. But at the same time, they have to deal with a lefty on the mound, and we've seen that pickoff move a lot today, not just from him, but from other lefties. Not an ideal spot to be in if you are a base runner.
And again,
very close as well. Looking ahead then next week, we just got word that the Diamond League Championship game on Tuesday has been canceled. So our next broadcast will be on Wednesday at Kent State. First pitch to Goss is a strike, 0-1 the count. Thursday through Sunday, we will be at various locations for a very exciting competition. It is going to be the NABF World Series 16U and 18U championships. A 1 off the plate, now 1-1 the counts. In the on-deck circle, it is Jack Childs. One ball, one strike the count. Lipinski looking to battle back in. But first, you guessed it, a throwback to one. One ball, one strike. Here's the pitch. Taken up the middle on a weird pop. And he just stopped in between first and second. And there is out number 2. And Cam, I think he tried to stop to avoid obstruction, but if there was a throw, I think there's a case to be made for it.
Yeah. I don't know. It was kind of, I don't know. I thought that, did that hit the ground and then pop up that high, or was that just off the, that's what I thought.
That hit the ground.
That's what I thought. I was just a weird play all around.
Now it is Jack Childs stepping in. Childs just finished up his sophomore campaign in Pepper Pike for U.S. Or kind of Hunting Valley or Gates Mills, depending on where you stand on the campus, as the GPS likes to pretty much play roulette to decide where you are. Same with Hawken. The 0-1 off the plate, back pick not in time. But I think we noticed that when we were at Hawken for Holy Name that our GPS has said that we were in different cities when we were next to each other. I think the ones at Pepper Pike and the ones at Gates Mills. It's just the east side. It's in the U.S. region, we'll say. The 1-1 grounded towards second. Toyota scoops it up. Throw to one is true, and the side is retired. 2 putouts this inning from Toyota, and 1 fielder's choice gets the job done in the top of the second inning. No damage done by the Wow Factor. Middle of 2 in Akron. It is the number 2 seed T3 up 3-zip on the Wow Factor. You are watching the 2025 Zips Invite on SmeeSports in partnership with the 965 Midwest Challenge. Matatanes Baseball is holding tryouts for their 10U to 13U teams and are looking for dedicated players ready to grow and compete. Join them on July 15th at 6:30 p.m. for their 10U tryouts at the Maplewood Baseball Field in Cleveland, or on July 16th at 5:30 p.m. for their 13U tryouts at the North Ridgeville High School Baseball Field. At Matatanas Baseball, they prioritize player development, helping athletes improve their skills, baseball IQ, and confidence on and off the field. Whether you're looking to elevate your game or take the next step in your baseball journey, Matatanas is the place to be. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. T3's offense looking to replicate the first inning by adding on a few more runs to solidify their lead as we begin the bottom of the second inning. 3-0 is your score, and it is a good drive deep to right getting us underway, but it will be caught for out number 1 by Paxton Grimes, and that'll retire Hayden Lipinski. 1 up, 1 quick down on 1 pitch. And as the sun comes back out, that was a nice play out in the outfield. With the sun kind of in his eyes, you have to be able to prep for that and make sure you make the catch. It's easier said than done. Now it is Luke Jockle, the third baseman, stepping in. Jockle was the starting pitcher on Thursday for T3 in their win. And looking at his high school time so far, already a mid-view grade. He set the record for most threes in a season and most threes in a game, only as a sophomore for the Middies. 1-1's going to miss for ball 2. But Luke Jockle can even be a better player for the baseball team. They will be entering a new era, Coach Moran now at Westlake, so we'll see how that one shapes up. A lot of good baseball out that way. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Jockle. He's followed up by Noah Willett. The pitch. Runs inside. Good take from Jockle. The winner of this game takes on a very talented Force Mancuso at 3:15, and that'll round out this Zips invite. Payoff pitch up high for ball 4, and with 1 down, the Midview legend will walk.
Good at bat.
Good
Fought off
patience.
fought off a couple pitches, and just saw enough and gets on base. T3, another opportunity to add on to their lead here.
Immediate throwback to 1, almost got him. That would have been a very good way to get rid of momentum. But in the end, he is easily and safe. Looked a little bit closer on first glance. Now it's Willis stepping in as he will take ball 1.
Will they do another delayed steal? We've seen 2.
Given the time, I say no. But you also could test Papuga's arm.
You could also just do a straight steal.
It's tough. It just depends on where the ball is placed to see your odds. Throwback to 1. They're anticipating it. Not in time, and I don't think the other umpire was even looking.
He had him leaning. Oh, I don't know what he was looking at.
He was not looking at the play. The 1 was. 1 was not. The 1-0 is off the plate for ball 2.
Good pitch. Pitcher's asking where I missed. Umpire says outside, and I do agree with that call, but still a good pitch.
And going back to earlier, that pitch would have been called a strike, but it's a different zone. This one a lot more true. Good crank into right field. It will fall in front of Grimes. It is a 1-out single for Noah Willett.
I'm going to go back and count how many times you said true today. That's a lie. I will not be doing that. But you have said true a lot. That's
I don't
my
think
line.
I have.
That you have.
In some capacity. And now
Throws
back to
over
the top we go with Manny Ramos.
Throws over to first. That throw is true. You said that about.
That is a different meaning of it.
I'm just saying you said the word true.
That is valid.
There you go.
Diversifying the vocabulary. Now I need to get one of those word of the day calendars. First pitch to Ramos on the outside edge. Hits for strike 1. If AP English wasn't enough. Very grateful I do not have to endure that anymore. 2 on, 1 down. The 0-1 to Ramos. Hit right back up the gut, and it is sent screaming into center field. They are going to send Jockel home. The play at the plate is cut off. The play at third is in time for out number 2. It is a bittersweet run for the Warhawks. Now 4-0, but you do erase run number 5 at third. Still a great job from Ramos screaming that one up the gut. He is now 2 for 2 today. And also adds on an RBI for good measure. 2 down now for Peyton Wolf. He doubled his first time up. Whichever way you look at this, T3, they are out on a mission. And so far the mission is going off without any difficulties. Throw down to 2 is going to be late, and Ramos is in with a stolen base. His day just keeps getting better. And the talent that he has as a player is truly tremendous. One of the more consistent leadoff hitters, one of the most powerful leadoff hitters that you will have as well. Wherever he ends up for school, I think they're going to get one heck of a player. Wolf hits that one to the right side, and they are going to test Ramos' speed. He is going to go home on a hezzy, and he is out. That will retire the side. That last second of hesitation killed him. I think, Cam, you saw the same exact thing that I did down the line.
Yeah.
Well, watch it back here. He was out. I do agree with the call. Nice piece of hitting, and there it is, right at the S. And what a dive back from Papuga. Has to go behind him, extends completely, and is able to apply that tag. It's a good inning for the Warhawks. They score 1. But you're left wondering, could they have scored those 2? Outs 2 and 3 made at third or home. That's a tough one, especially if we see the wow factor get back into this game. But through 2, this is the Warhawks game to control of 4-0 on SmeeSports. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Through 2, it is the T3 Warhawks up 4-0 on the wow factor. He's Cam Ragazzo. I am Nathan Smee. If you are just joining us live on the SmeeSports YouTube channel this afternoon. An interesting game so far. T3 could be up by 6, but some base running miscues. That's 2 outs right there, and now the wow factor with some momentum has a chance to get back into this game.
Yeah, but they need to start getting some base runners on and scoring some runs.
The first thing they need to do is get a hit. Yet to do that today in this game as they reached on an error and reached on a hard 90. So they got to find a way to get a base knock, something that falls, even if it is an infield single, something to erase that goose egg is a good start. And we saw in the last game, you didn't need a lot of hits to win. In this game, we will see more runs than the last one as there were only 3 in that game. And right now, T3 has 4. So the math suggests
the math
suggests that we're not going to have that low of a scoring game. But a tough start for Lipinski in the third as he is going up against Papuga, Miller, and Butchie. Papuga did end the last inning with that excellent put out at home. Dove pretty much backwards to tag out Ramos. And it was a risky play, but he still decided to try, and that leap of faith was enough to retire the side. The wow factor not at all giving up. We've seen this offense before. All it takes is 1 inning. And this inning could be started here. Papuga is off to the races. He is going to take a small turn, and as expected, he is going to hold up at first. And now we should see a pinch runner in for him. It is going to be Theo Richards coming on to run. It is South Range and Canfield being replaced by Canfield and Canfield. Richards did pitch the first game of the tournament for the Wow Factor, as I believe he only had around 30 pitches in that game. So we could see him in the championship game, but I still do think if they make it, it's going to be Stow. He usually is their championship game starter. Not the only Buck with that designation in the area, as we saw that with now Cincinnati commit Scott DeMarco. But I really do feel like that would be the chain of command for this team. 1-0 is going to hit, now 1-1 the count. Now if we hit the 5th inning, it's 4-3. I think then you make that change to bring Richards back on. It just depends on how Hinkle does in this bottom of the 3rd inning. 3 runs in the first, 1 in the second. If he can goose egg him in the 3rd, that changes it. Weak chopper over towards 3rd. Jocko charges, throws the 1, and gets the shutout for out number 1. That was the right call.
Absolutely. I mean, you maybe could say he had to play at second, but in that position, you're coming across the middle of the field. You just got to take the shutout.
And last time we saw him, he did make an error. That is a good one that falls. He has that in the win column, and now he can work from there. Sometimes you just have to see it fall. That's the basketball analogy. Once one shot falls, the rest do. When you get one put out, the rest seem to fall in line. And I like that move from Jocko. He is a top-tier player. Once again, has that basketball background. He knows that short-term memory of on to the next one, and he uses it there. We talk a lot about correlation between sports, football, and baseball for pitchers with quarterbacks. Talk a lot about hockey and football with some power, but basketball and baseball should be talked about in regards to headspace. If your mentality's in the right spot, you can do a lot of great things. The 1-0 is going to stay close. He has a chance down at 3rd, but it is going to be scooped up by Jocko a tad late, and that is going to be a stolen base.
Good pick, though, because that gets any bit away. Runners come to score.
And over in left field, Kosiak was there to back it up. That's a nice heads-up play. Didn't have to do anything, but he's just in the right spot. And Cam, you as a second baseman, you know how important backup is, even on a throwback to the pitcher. 2-0 inside for ball 3. And in this case, it's Ramos acting as the backup, as you see on the top of your screen.
Especially on this turf field.
And once again, you played on this turf field a couple of times. You know how it feels.
Absolutely. Ball just rolls, and it feels like it's running away from you.
The 3-0 is inside for ball 4, and that will put runners at the corners for Braden Kaverick. Once again, no hits yet in this game for the Wow Factor. An opportunity to change it here. And this is a group that wants a championship game. They want to make it back there, and they want to be the team that plays spoiler to Force Mancuso. Whichever team it is, they're going to try and knock off the undefeated 1 seed. Good block down low for ball 1. And now time called behind the dish by Peters. He's going to talk things over with Lipinski. I think now is the right time to settle him down, work out of this. This game is far from over. But if you start to kind of accept this the way it is right now, that they're going to score, you're going to allow them back in this game. And then your offense is going to have to do more. If your offense can win the game by simply doing what they've done so far, that is going to go a long way heading into the championship game at 3:15. But as I've said throughout this broadcast, this squad has a very interesting ability to simply change the game in 1 inning. They can plate 4 or 5 runs with ease. And with the bases potentially loading up for Hinkle, and then after him, it's Lassard. It's a good opportunity for them to strike. But first, the throw back to first, and that one almost skips away from the first baseman, Willett. Kind of a low throwback. But nonetheless, a good scoop over at 1. And that'll keep it 4-0 for now. 2-0 down low for ball 3. And I think if this is a walk, you have to have a mound visit. You have to have your head coach come out here and settle down the pitcher.
I think that's 7 straight, too.
And a chance for 8. And if this is a walk, this would be the third one of the inning. And it will be. No, not quite.
Yet.
That one looked really low. But with that expanded strike zone on a 3-0 count, I see where he got it. But a chance for Lipinski to battle back.
Nope.
And that one finally misses low. Third walk of the inning, and the bases are loaded for the wow factor. And for those counting along at home, that brings up the tying run.
Prime time to get your first hit today if you're wow factor.
And it is the starting pitcher with that opportunity as well. An opportunity for him to make amends for the 4 runs that he has allowed so far. When pitchers hit, no better guy. He fakes bunt, pulls back, and he almost gets hit.
Good stop by the catcher.
Peters is working overtime behind the dish, and he has to right now. But you got to find a strike if you're Lipinski. Something that dies in the infield, especially if it's going to be hit. And that will do the trick. It's pretty much corners in, middle, normal depth, as you would expect, as a double play ball does end the inning. But the play should be at the plate if they don't think with full certainty they can get the outs at first and second. Or if it's a hard hit ball towards a bag, catch it and back to the bag. But you have to get that lead runner. That is a non-negotiable unless you're sure of a double play.
Wow.
Did I just call that?
Wow. I think you did.
My goodness. The intuition is there and the side is retired. That is really freaky. How? That is kind of what I meant there. That is a for sure double play. Good work from Jockle.
Hard hit ball right back to him at third. Gets the catch there and tags out the runner straight a little bit too far off, but nothing really doing there. I mean, you're taking your lead and just unfortunate there if you're wow factor. Still does not have a hit today.
Was that one the banker?
That was the one that couldn't fail.
I have absolutely no idea how that random double play was called.
Five unassisted.
5 squared. Middle of 3 at Akron. 4-0. T3 on top. Matatanes Baseball is holding tryouts for their 10U to 13U teams and are looking for dedicated players ready to grow and compete. Join them on July 15th at 6:30 p.m. for their 10U tryouts at the Maplewood Baseball Field in Cleveland, or on July 16th at 5:30 p.m. for their 13U tryouts at the North Ridgeville High School Baseball Field. At Matatanes Baseball, they prioritize player development, helping athletes improve their skills, baseball IQ, and confidence on and off the field. Whether you're looking to elevate your game or take the next step in your baseball journey, Matatanes is the place to be. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Well, the call to the bullpen has been made by the wow factor. It is Braden Cavera coming on from first. Hinkle bumps to third, Stow to first. That now changes up the defense. But Cam, I think we're still just astonished. We saw the vision. We saw what could happen. And out of any possible play, the most random double play happens, and it was exactly as we predicted.
It was a bang-bang play. It's just a little. It's not even the weirdest double play we've seen today, anyways.
The 8-6-4-5.
Yeah.
More out of the ordinary. Either way, 0-2 the count on Toyota as he tips that one into the catcher's glove. 3, 4, and 5 hitting this inning for the T3 Warhawks. They were tested in the top of the inning, but they were able to get out of it. The 0-2 bounces in and bounces behind.
Just held on to it just a bit too long.
And once again, I want to take this opportunity to thank the University of Akron for allowing us to use their great press box here at Skeeles Field. One of the best press boxes in the area. Very nice, very modernized, and we always love to be here, whether it be for St. V's baseball or in this case for some 965 Midwest Challenge baseball. Toyota, did he go? Yes, and there is out number 1. Nice first strikeout of the day for Braden Kovarik. Looking at Kovarik, he just finished up his sophomore campaign at Howland. Once again, Howland out in the Warren area of Youngstown. 1 up, 1 down, and that'll bring in Logan Hess, the EH. And going to Youngstown, specifically the Youngstown City Schools, I believe they are now the defenders heading into, not this upcoming school year, but the following one, as it is Cheney and East combining. I think it is now just Youngstown High School opposed to Youngstown Unified, which I think that is a very good decision to go.
I think that's better.
I think Youngstown High School is a lot better. I know a lot of people were very confused on the Youngstown Unified. Youngstown United now, that would be a soccer team.
Oh, jeez.
Probably still would.
Not as bad as me.
But it's probably still find a way to win. The 1-1 hit right up the middle, and it is a 1-out single. Nice piece of hitting from Logan Hess. And there is his power on display, this time right up the middle and not into a glove. Last time he had that powerful line out to first with Kovarik, and he almost made it 2 for 2, just in a different spot. With 1 down, that'll bring in Wade Bender, the right fielder. He grounded out his first time up, but it was not in vain, as that did bring in a run. Ground ball chopped over to first. Stow will get the lead runner. Throw back to 1, not in time as he slips on the bag. The throw just a few moments late, but it is a fielder's choice for out number 2. Nice play from Stow coming off of the bag on a slight scamper and able to make that nice throw.
And get the lead runner.
With 2 down, Kostiak steps in, an RBI single his last time up. We're at first 2 down, bottom of the 3rd inning. This game going by somewhat quick as we are nearing around the hour mark. Runner will go on a delayed steal. Throwdown is late, and he is in there. I don't think I've seen a team this summer have this much success with that delayed steal.
That was the 3rd attempted, and that was the 3rd completed. 3rd successful, I guess. Call it that.
Either way, it is working, so I see why they keep trying it. And it's not even trying, it's succeeding with it. The 0-1 misses low, evening things up.
And you don't even have to go back if it's a foul ball. Which, as a primary runner, it was the least favorite thing about running. You steal and then it's a foul ball, and then you're out of breath for like the next 2 pitches. And then you go again. And then another foul ball.
And in that case, it's just, okay, when foul, we're going back. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count on Kostiak. A chance to drive in the runner in scoring position. Good take down low as that misses for ball 2. Next inning for the Wow Factor, it is Lessard, Stow, and Goss. Keep in mind they did have the bases loaded but couldn't do any damage. And now if you're T3, as this game is starting to near that 5th inning, you want to get that run rule. Fly ball sent into center field, but it will be tracked down and caught, and that will retire the side. Nice work by the defense of the Wow Factor after a tough couple of breaks in the top of the 3rd inning to come back out on defense and get the outs needed to prevent any damage. Through 3 in Akron, it is the number 2 seed T3 up 4-0 on the Wow Factor. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Matatanis Baseball is holding tryouts for their 10U to 13U teams and are looking for dedicated players ready to grow and compete. Join them on July 15th at 6:30 p.m. for their 10U tryouts at the Maplewood Baseball Field in Cleveland, or on July 16th at 5:30 p.m. for their 13U tryouts at the North Ridgeville High School Baseball Field. At Matatanis Baseball, they prioritize player development, helping athletes improve their skills, baseball IQ, and confidence on and off the field. Whether you're looking to elevate your game or take the next step in your baseball journey, Matatanis is the place to be. Three complete at Skeeles Field in our first semifinal and only semifinal of the 16U division of the Zips Invite. The winner of this game takes on Force Ohio Mancuso in the championship game, scheduled to get underway at around 3:15, which still gives us plenty of time to get this one done and over with.
Double barrel action in the bullpen for T3.
Very rare to see that. We'll see if one of those guys, or both, eventually come into this game. And with 2 balls to begin, we could see that happen sooner rather than later. Lipinski started to lose his touch in that 3rd inning, helped out in large part due to his third baseman, Jockel. And without that tremendous putout, this could be a completely different game. And it still might be, as it is 3 balls to no strikes. If this is a walk, you do have to bring out the manager, call time, talk things over. One more walk, I think you pull the plug. 3-0 is going to be in there right down Broadway for strike 1. And on that fake bunt, I kind of think that's what we expected to happen. 3-1 bounces in for ball 4, and Lucian Lassard will begin the inning with a leadoff walk. And now that sets up Zach Stow to do even more damage. This has been a very interesting game so far for the Wow Factor. Their offense has had some good spurts, but at the same time they have nothing to show for it. They've come close to scoring. They just haven't been able to get over that final hurdle. Stow is going to bunt. And it's foul, and I think either way it did hit his bat twice. So that would have been a foul ball either way. Very surprised to not see a mound visit after that leadoff walk. And now here it is. Very surprised not to see it before the pitch. But time called. I think this is kind of to buy time for the pitchers warming up.
There's a lefty end already.
I think it's going to matter a lot on matchup. If Stow is the last batter faced, and you're planning for Goss, Childs, and Papuga. That's the bottom of the order with the top coming up. Who do you think gives you a better shot? You could do righty-righty or lefty-righty. What would you think?
I really don't know. Whoever you think gives you the better shot.
I'm just surprised to see that double action in the bullpen.
That's true.
Keep in mind, they have to play another game after this. You can't go into that championship game with no pitching.
I mean, you can, just not advised.
And I think what we saw last year in the WRCL championship, a 23-1 win. When a team runs out of pitching, they run out of steam. pretty quick.
It's like me on the mound.
Throw back to 1, not going to be in time.
Okay, you don't have to agree.
The only difference is when you're on the mound, the next pitcher knows that he has to be ready to go immediately.
Okay. My defense also never plays defense when I'm on the mound.
Your first baseman's going to chat him. I don't think that's an excuse. Ground ball hit to the right side. Picked up by Toyota. His throw to 1 is not going to happen. And that is going to be the official first hit of the game for the Wow Factor. Nice knock from Stow. And on top of that, hold on. Your second baseman was committed, or right fielder was committed to Ashland. And now he's going to try C.
He's a PO. He's not a PO. We joke at him that he's a PO.
So your argument is completely gone.
That is not my argument. I mean, it is my argument, but I also mean for holy name. Well, I didn't pitch that much for holy name.
Back to the action. The bunt is going to be faked. It's going to bounce right. Throw down to 2. Almost got him. Ramos comes up and blocks it. And that'll put 2 runners in scoring position.
I don't know, man. I'm tired. That's my excuse. There you go. That's my final excuse.
And speaking of final, we're going to have a talk here right outside of the dugout. Something's going on here. Don't really know exactly what they're going to talk about here. I didn't see anything crazy. The play looked legal. I didn't see an appeal. There's no real angst.
Is he making him change pitch? Okay, so they're bringing in the lefty. You know, I'm not really sure, but they are new pitcher.
And now he's going over to the Wow Factors coach. Lipinski is done. That is what we expected. Did he get hurt? Nothing really shown. And do they call that a strike?
I have no idea.
I don't think that's even possible as it bounced in.
No, yeah.
I am at a loss.
You know, I think we're both just incredibly confused.
The one guarantee we have is the call to the bullpen has been made. It is going to be Phelan Harold coming on. And Harold is still being eased back into things. He was injured a few weeks ago. He did start at first base in the win on Thursday. Don't know if he played Friday, Saturday, but here he is warming up. And now the umpire is having some words with somebody else. There's an intentional walk. So Goss will load up the bases. And that'll clear the count. So now it's Childs and Papuga. So very interesting chain of events here. No real clear-cut explanation. It looked like after the pitch, time was called, something happened. And I believe we're being told it was an arm injury for Lipinski, which is not what you want to see. And that would kind of explain then the last inning or two.
Yeah, it does make more sense than I don't even know what we were going to say before. We really just didn't have an idea.
But that is just a tough way to go out for him. But we will step aside here for a brief moment as Harold finishes up his warm-ups, and we will be back on with the bases loaded, nobody out. We have been given some clarity as to what happened. Lipinski just had an arm injury, which is not what you want to see. It is a re-aggravation from the high school season. What was said to both coaches is Harold had infinite time to warm up as it was because of an injury that he had to come in. So that is what was being communicated. Then the intentional walk was just for gamesmanship.
Yeah, the intentional walk was just an intentional walk.
But it is Phelan Harold coming in. From what we've been told, he should be a starting wide receiver for Mentor this year. He has had the injury bug the last couple of years. The hope is that he can stay healthy through football season. But given the conference for Mentor, that is easier said than done with the GCC. Got Strongsville, Brunswick, Medina in there. Got some hard hitters. 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch. Down low for ball 2. And this could be a spot that the Wow Factor gets back in this game and really puts their foot down and potentially ties it up. That would take a lot going their way to make that happen. Ground ball hit the short. Ramos shovels to 2 for 1, and the return to 1 is dropped. So that'll put runners at second and third with 1 down, and that'll make it a 4-1 ball game. Good idea on the return throw, but not quick enough. But a good bit of hitting from Childs. He gets the job done. Corners there. And now the question is, how aggressive does Papuga get, or is this one that they bunt and they have a steal? Instead, it is nothing, just ball 1. We've seen a bit of gamesmanship from the Wow Factor. We've seen T3 even try a suicide squeeze.
That was back in the first inning.
We've seen a lot of very aggressive moves today. And that'll be a pass ball, making it 4-2. Even more so, this is going to be a tough inning for T3.
And it erases the traditional double play. I have to say traditional because already seen one in this game that wasn't as traditional. And then earlier we saw one that it was very not traditional.
8-6-4-5.
I'm glad you can remember that because I can't.
Fly ball sent into right center field. Tracked down and caught for out number 2. The runner is going to tag up. Ramos is going to cut it off. And they're going to appeal. I think he did leave early. And they say no. Now, Cam, I think we look at the replay here, and I think the replay is going to tell us all we need to know.
You know, I'm not sure if I had it on that angle.
But I think he did leave early. I think he did. I think he did leave early there. That is a tough one, but based on the available information, I think, Cam, you agree he did go a second early?
I think he might have gone, yeah, just a titch.
Either way, they're going to call him safe, but I do like that appeal from Ramos. He did everything he could. If that was given an out, then T3, that would have been big for momentum. But right now, the focus is keeping this a 4-2 game. One more hit, it's 4-3. And this dynamic will completely change. As long as there is a cushion here, they have a good case to make to stay in control. But when the cushion is gone, the game is up in the air. And when you have Ian Miller in, that's one of the worst guys to face here, as he is one of the top guys in PA at his position. You have a lot of top guys on this roster that are just waiting for an opportunity to get that call from a college coach and take that next step. Nice block behind the dish to keep it close. Now 2-1. T3 4 Wow Factor to your score. As this game is starting to shift in favor of the Wow Factor, but not completely yet. As this one is still controlled by T3, at least on the scoreboard. Make it 4-3 though, Cam. I kind of think the Wow Factor control their own destiny. But we shall see. The 3-1 driven foul, and we are full. In the bottom of the inning for T3, it is Peters, Lipinski, and Jockle. I would assume that we would have a pinch hitter in for Lipinski. Nothing really worth him going out there and potentially making that arm worse. Here comes the payoff pitch. Driven into right field once again. Called off and caught by Bender, and the side is retired. Good response by the defense after allowing 2 runs in the top of the 4th inning. Middle of 4 in Akron. It is the number 2 seed T3 up 4-2 on the Wow Factor. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Bottom of the fourth inning at Skeeles Field on the campus of the University of Akron. It is the T3 Warhawks up 4-2 on the Wow Factor. First pitch is going to miss inside for ball one. For T3, it's Peters, Lipinski, and Jockel. Once again, I would expect to see a pinch hitter in for Jockel, just given the nature of his injury. And Cam will look in the on-deck circle, and it is going to be Lipinski still in. So we'll see how he does. 1-1, swing and a miss, now 1-2. And we do apologize, the scoreboard is down for the time being. They're trying to work that out in the meantime. Score is still accurate. The 1-2 fouled back. And now time will be called. The Wow Factor is going to have a powwow on the mound. But looking at this game so far, Cam, it's a good game for T3, but they're leaving too many open spaces for a comeback.
Yeah, I mean, they got off to an early lead, got a couple of insurance runs, and now it's kind of just slipping out of their hands. They need to be able to get a couple more insurance runs and close the door if they want to get that chance to play in the championship game.
And that next game is going to be a really, really tough one to play in against a very, very good squad in Force Mancuso.
New pitcher? That is a new pitcher, I believe.
And it looks like they are going to make that change, which is a bold move to make right now. This will be their third pitcher of the game. It is going to be Bushy coming on to throw, and as he warms up, we will step aside on SmeeSports. 4-2 your score, T3 on top. Bushy is all warmed up and ready to go. Once again, we do apologize. Our scoreboard is offline, and finally, there we go, as out number 1 is recorded. We have it back up, and it should be working, hopefully, from here on out. What a good first out recorded by Bushy. That takes care of Peters. With 1 down, that'll bring in Hayden Lipinski. He started the game on the mound. His shoulder had some pain, so he was taken out, and I think surprisingly, he stays in the game. We will see how he does here and how much longer he can swing the bat. But right now, he is just simply not. I wouldn't be surprised if that is more of a precaution for him. But at the same time, nothing really to swing at quite yet. Oh, there it is, as he will ground that one up to short. Throw to 1 in time for out number 2. 2 up, and I would say 2 quick down. But given that pitching change, a sizable gap in between those 2 outs. And that'll now see Luke Jockel step in. Jockel 0 for 0 in this game as he walked his first time up. In the next inning for the Wow Factor, it is Bushy, Kovarik, and Henkel 2, 3, and 4 looking to do some damage. And with this being a 2-run game, they do have a good opportunity to do so. The winner of this game does take on Force Ohio Mancuso in the championship game to follow at 3:15. Bushy sets and fires wave, and a hefty miss. Heavy swing from Jockel as he wanted all of that. As well, stick with us after this one goes final, as we will announce our player of the game presented by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. A lot of good candidates early on in this game, but a lot of that hinges on who will actually walk away with this win. The pitch, swing and a miss. It is going to be a drop third. Throw down to 1 is in time, and the side is retired. 2 strikeouts for Andrew Bushy since coming on, and the inning is over. Through 4 in Akron, it is T3 up 4-2 on the Wow Factor. You are watching the 2025 Zips Invite on SmeeSports in partnership with the 965 Midwest Challenge. Matatanes Baseball is holding tryouts for their 10U to 13U teams and are looking for dedicated players ready to grow and compete. Join them on July 15th at 6:30 p.m. for their 10U tryouts at the Maplewood Baseball Field in Cleveland, or on July 16th at 5:30 p.m. for their 13U tryouts at the North Ridgeville High School Baseball Field. At Matatanes Baseball, they prioritize player development, helping athletes improve their skills, baseball IQ, and confidence on and off the field. Whether you're looking to elevate your game or take the next step in your baseball journey, Matatanes is the place to be. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Top of the 5th inning at Skeeles Field. Still a close game on hand as Bushy rips one into right field. It is a leadoff single for the Wow Factor, and that'll help towards their conquest as they try to tie this game up at 4. Perfect swing to get the inning underway. And that'll now set up Raiden Kaveric, the first baseman, turned pitcher, turned. I don't know where he went in the field. He has been all over the yard today. And a chance for him now to be at first base again, and he will be as he gets hit in the back. As well, there is a new arm on the mound for T3. That is Aaron Paretsky.
Yeah, I don't think that's the start he was hoping for. Single and then immediately hit right in the back. Ow.
2 pitches into the frame, and the tying run is at first. The go-ahead is in the batter's box. So a good opportunity for the Wow Factor to potentially tie the game up or even take the lead in this inning. And if they take the lead, it would take a lot for them to lose it again, just given how this team has played.
Yeah, really, it was T3 early on that was able to get those early runs, and now Wow Factor just kind of coming back slowly but surely.
Going back to it, you had those 2 runs that could have scored, but became outs at third and home. Big difference right now. Bunt is being shown by Hinkle. And he is going to lay it down off to the left side. Nobody's at first. There's no play anywhere. And the bases are loaded. Nicely done. And with nobody out, we are going to need one heck of an inning to prevent any damage. And now it is the power hitter Lucian Lessard stepping in. A chance for Lessard to change this game. We have seen his power time and time again for the Wow Factor. No better time than now. Tournament semifinals. Bases loaded, nobody out. Leave your mark. First pitch is going to miss for ball 1. And you can feel momentum quickly slipping away from the Warhawks. They are going to need a big, big response in the bottom of the 5th inning at this rate. 1-0 taken on the outside edge for a strike. 1-1 now the count. The runs are not a guarantee for the Wow Factor quite yet, but they do look likely. And that is in large part due to how well this offense has played in this past maybe 25 minutes. Hit up the middle. Ramos tips it into center field, and they have a chance to tie it up. They will hold up the lead runner. It is going to be 4-3 on the RBI single.
Sent it right back up the middle. Perfect placement there, and wisely holds the runner at third.
The fact that Ramos even got a piece of it is impressive. Did everything possible to try and get there. Couldn't in the end. Tying run at third. Go ahead at second. And it is Zach Stow stepping in the batter's box. A chance for Stow to put the Wow Factor in a great spot to win this one. I would say if 2 runs score, that puts them with 1 foot into the championship. Obviously, a far cry from a guarantee. But just given where we are right now, I think that the 2 runs would be enough to kind of solidify that.
Yeah, unless T3's offense can start like they did in the first couple innings. First 2 innings, they were really, really working well, and then all of a sudden it kind of just came to a screeching halt.
And they are no stranger to playing from behind, this T3 squad. Stow lays it down, play at the plate, and it is in time! How did he get that out?
Wow.
What a shovel play from Paretsky for out number 1. And that erases the run at home.
And now a double play ends the inning.
We're going to watch this one back, but Aaron Paretsky's composure to even get that ball out.
Jeez. Good snag by the catcher, too.
He gave it his all, and he needed to give every little bit of it. Now with 1 down, Truman Goss steps in. Once again, the tying run is at third for the Wow Factor. And their goal is to bring him around here. But first, time called as Paretsky steps off. Bases loaded, 1 down, top of the 5th. Driven into right field. It is going to be caught for out number 2. The runner is going to tag up. It's one heck of a throw, but it is to the backstop. And just like that, we are tied up at 4. A pivotal sac fly from Truman Goss.
Just a bit high on the relay throw in. sailed over everybody.
And
off
now,
the backstop.
and now Childs with a chance to give the Wow Factor their first lead of the game. A cushion even in scoring position too. They could completely flip this game and make it a 4-spot. Paretsky trying to get that final out. Childs fouls it off, 0-1. But now if you're T3, you have to do something in the bottom of this inning. Otherwise, this is going to be a very, very tough finish. The longer they allow the Wow Factor to hit, the more and more likely they are to end up losing this game. And that is a less than ideal spot to be in with around 30 minutes left to go on the timer. But no 2 count on Childs. A strikeout here does wonders for the offense. It gives them a shot to play for the lead. But before the 0-2 time called. Looking forward to the bottom of the inning. It is going to be Willett, Ramos, and Wolf 10-1 and 2 hitting. To note in this game, T3 is batting a total of 10. I mean, they just like to have their best bats out there. And I really don't hate that decision at all. No balls, 2 strikes the count. The pitch. Swing and a miss, and the side is retired. Nice response by Paretsky, and the inning is over. But not before the Wow Factor ties it up at 4. Entering the bottom of the 5th inning, all still to play for. The Wow Factor and T3 knotted up at 4. Matatanes Baseball is holding tryouts for their 10U to 13U teams and are looking for dedicated players ready to grow and compete. Join them on July 15th at 6:30 p.m. for their 10U tryouts at the Maplewood Baseball Field in Cleveland, or on July 16th at 5:30 p.m. for their 13U tryouts at the North Ridgeville High School Baseball Field. At Matatanes Baseball, they prioritize player development, helping athletes improve their skills, baseball IQ, and confidence on and off the field. Whether you're looking to elevate your game or take the next step in your baseball journey, Matatanes is the place to be. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. How strong of a start we saw from T3.
Yeah, well, I was talking about it last inning. Like you said, T3 came out really hot. Kind of expected them to run away with this as we got started through those first 2 innings, and all of a sudden they really cooled off and pretty much came to a screeching halt on their offense especially. That one's going to be lined right to the right fielder.
Nice snag out in right for out number 1 by Paxton Grimes.
Didn't even really have to move, but I mean, like I was talking about, their offense kind of just came to a screeching halt, and then all of a sudden, Wow Factor has kind of just crept back in there, here and there. They've had chances to take the lead, haven't done so yet fully, but you gotta say, momentum is with the Wow Factor right now.
Now it is Manny Ramos stepping in, taking ball 1 on the inside edge. Ramos so far in this game, 2 for 2 with an RBI and a stolen base to his name. Wave and a miss on the 1-0. Now 1-1 the counts. Once again, the winner of this game takes on Force Ohio Mancuso in the championship game to follow at 3:15 p.m. 1-1 hits the outside edge for strike 2. Ramos quickly down in the counts. That championship game should be a fun one. We do have a chance to see another 1 versus 2, but also if the Wow Factor does get the win here, we do have a 1 versus 3. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Good drive to the left side, and it will sneak through into left. Manny Ramos now 3 for 3 on the day to win this game. But at the top of the order here, this might be their best chance. Ramos will take off, but Wolf will fly it into center field. Ramos has to sprint back. The play at first is in time for the double play. And the side is retired. What a double play. Excellent work by the defense.
Wow.
They had to do something that frame, but it is the wow factor taking the momentum right away from the T3 Warhawks. Excellent pick at 1. Inning over. Through 5 in Akron. It is a tie ball game. 4-4 your score on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Matatanes Baseball is holding tryouts for their 10U to 13U teams and are looking for dedicated players ready to grow and compete. Join them on July 15th at 6:30 p.m. for their 10U tryouts at the Maplewood Baseball Field in Cleveland, or on July 16th at 5:30 p.m. for their 13U tryouts at the North Ridgeville High School Baseball Field. At Matatanes Baseball, they prioritize player development, helping athletes improve their skills, baseball IQ, and confidence on and off the field. Whether you're looking to elevate your game or take the next step in your baseball journey, Matatanes is the place to be. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Into the 6th inning we go at Skeeles Field, our second to last game of the day, and it is a good one so far. Through 5 innings, T3 4, wow factor for your score on SmeeSports. This is what we wanted to see out of this semifinal game, a close affair that a couple of bounces is going to decide, and that is exactly what we got. For the wow factor, it is going to be a combination of 9, 1, and 2, Papuga, Miller, and Bushy hitting this frame. Good hit to the left side, but caught. An excellent dive at third for out number 1. Jockle able to catch that one in midair. And that'll bring us back to the top of the order. But yet another web gem today. That has been a pretty common theme throughout the ballgame. And especially going back to that last game, a very, very prevalent theme. Now Ian Miller steps in. First pitch he faces is a strike, 0-1 the count. Pereski remains in the game on the mound for T3. He is their third pitcher of the game, so I think no matter what happens, he will have to be their last. 0-1 up high, now 1-1 the counts. And if you are the T3 Warhawks, getting some damage done in the bottom of the inning is essential.
Absolutely.
Any chance you have to wrap this one up, do so. Fly ball sent into left center field. It'll be called off in left and caught for out number 2. Good work by Kostiak, able to catch up to that one out in left center. 2 up, 2 down, and Andrew Bushy will step back in. A single, a walk, and a hard 90 to his name today. 3 unique ways that he has reached. He has been a very creative player for the 12 factor offense, and even on the mound, he has had a solid outing. But once again, looking ahead to that final game, pitching is a big question mark. I think you're going to see Jockle for T3 or Stow for the wow factor. But that could definitely change. It just depends on who's available and what they feel is the best matchup possible. If nobody's left, they really can't do anything about it. 1-1 skips by for ball 2.
Wow, life just does not get better as a Cleveland Guardians fan. Chase Delauder has been dealing with some right wrist soreness. He's going to be evaluated on Saturday.
And I believe he did miss the first half of last season due to injury as well. The 2-1, swing and a miss, now 2-2. Next inning for T3, it's Toyota, Hess, and Bender. 3, 4, and 5 set to hit.
It's the bulk of the order. You got to get something going.
Somebody has to step up with the top 2 guys not in rotation unless you really see extra innings. The 2-2, skied off to the left side. It's in no man's land, but it'll be called off and caught in left field by Kostiak, and the side is retired. Could have been disastrous, but a little bit of communication out in the Bermuda Triangle pays dividends, and the inning is over. Middle of 6 at Skeeles Field. Tie ball game. T3 looking to take back their lead when we return. Matatanes Baseball is holding tryouts for their 10U to 13U teams and are looking for dedicated players ready to grow and compete. Join them on July 15th at 6:30 p.m. for their 10U tryouts at the Maplewood Baseball Field in Cleveland, or on July 16th at 5:30 p.m. for their 13U tryouts at the North Ridgeville High School Baseball Field. At Matatanes Baseball, they prioritize player development, helping athletes improve their skills, baseball IQ, and confidence on and off the field. Whether you're looking to elevate your game or take the next step in your baseball journey, Matatanes is the place to be. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Bottom of 6 at Skeeles Field, an opportunity for the T3 Warhawks to take back the lead, and they really need to right now, as this is going to be their best opportunity to do so. They don't want to leave this for the bottom of the 7th inning or later. First pitch from Bushy, behind Toyota.
Hello.
It is 3, 4, and 5. Toyota, Hess, and Bender this inning for the Warhawks, and I think just like the Bison in the bottom of the 7th inning, get somebody on and move him along, and they're going to try and win that way. They can't end the game here, but what they can do is solidify the offense, give them one final opportunity, and then in the top of the 7th, seal the deal, take down the wow factor, and move on to the championship game to follow.
The most crucial part, though, is getting someone on first.
And I think we're going to see the same exact mentality shown by the wow factor. 2-0 down low for ball 3.
I mean, we've seen them try to be aggressive today. Obviously, the suicide squeeze attempt in the first inning ended up going foul, but we obviously know they can be aggressive. I do expect a steal here on the bases, whether it is delayed or just a straight steal. Maybe not first pitch, but I do expect to see some movement on the bases. If they're able to get to second, I would probably expect to see a bunt.
The leadoff man is aboard for the T3 Warhawks, and that'll set up Logan Hess, the EH, a line out to third, and a single to his name so far in the ballgame. Toyota does represent the go-ahead run in the bottom of the 6th. First pitch from Bushy down low for ball 1. Stick with us after this game goes final, and after our final commercial break, then we will announce our player of the game presented by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. The 1-0, driven down the left field line, and it is going to go towards the corner. Toyota is into third, and he is going to stop there. It is a massive double for Logan Hess.
Wow.
And he hits the celly over at second as well.
Perfect timing. Call me Shadur Sanders.
Timely hitting always pays dividends. You got to bring in one. Both is insurance. And it is Bender stepping in first to try and do the trick.
Do we see the safety squeeze or even a suicide squeeze here?
Suicide squeeze right now would be an awful idea. I don't want to say awful idea because it could work, but right now you just want a run to come across. It's not like, okay, you're a run away from the run rule. You have somebody who really can't swing it. Then you bring him in and, oh, look, we're trying it. Here, especially with it being a lefty, no. Maybe a bunt just to bring him on, but I doubt it. He will show bunt. The ball dies underneath the catcher, but he keeps it close.
It literally died underneath the catcher. He practically sat on top of it.
He kept it close until he kind of just moved away from it. But a bunt would be a bold decision. It could work out. But at the same time, if they want to look for that out at home and he just gets a big secondary and is able to get back to third, that could also work out and load up the bases. But if you're T3, I think you have a better shot to score with the bases not loaded.
Yeah, because traditional double plays in effect.
Force it home. Good crack into left center field. It is down, and the T3
Whoa.
Warhawks have taken the lead. It is going to the fence. Bender drives in two. He is going to third. He is going to be held up at third, and the T3 Warhawks are back out in front. What a swing and a drive.
I thought that was just going to go down as a single, and then all of a sudden, the center fielder started turning his back, and it went all the way to the wall. It ends up as a triple.
Wade Bender uncorked at the right time, and once again, just like they did against Forest Cruz, it is timely hitting and explosive hitting for the T3 Warhawks.
Yeah, they scored those 4 runs early and then kind of stopped, and then all of a sudden, right back to it.
Beautiful bunt down the line. They have a play at home. The flick is beautiful. Not in time. He is in, and now it is a 7-4 game. And that might be the nail in the coffin.
I do believe that is the correct call. Obviously, we're going to watch it back here, but I mean, very, very close call, but I do believe that he got the hand in before. We're going to watch it back. I changed camera angles twice. I think he's in there.
It's close,
I
but
think
I
he's
do
in
agree.
there. I think he's in there by just a little bit, but
Where was this? Once again, the offense coming back late. And if you're Force Mancuso, you have to keep that in the back of your mind that if you're up by 1 late, they're not safe. And now it is Peters coming in. Beautiful bump by Kostiak. Swing and a miss, 0-1. Throw down to 2 is late. And the great inning is just going to continue.
yeah, you're kind of just wondering, like, where was this the whole first 2 innings, you had those 4 runs, and all of a sudden, an explosion here in the 6th, but it's exactly what T3 needed and exactly what the doctor ordered.
And this is what they did against that Force team. This is not the first time they've done it this tournament. Fly ball into right. It is caught for out number 1. But this is not out of the ordinary for this group. It's not like they are a great offensive team throughout the game consistently. This is a team that relies on a couple of innings, but those couple of innings do more than enough to win you the game. And right now, up by 3, it would take a lot of offense from Kaverick, Hinkle, and Lassard to get the job done.
Yeah, and only 3 outs to work with.
It's going to be really tough, and depending on how long this inning goes, they might not even have a shot. Keep that in mind. It is 2:40, and the time limit is
55. Maybe even before that.
ground ball off to the right side. It is through, and that will place runners at the corners with 1 down. A nice single from Lipinski. And that'll bring up Luke Jockel. And if you are the wow factor, I don't know if you can afford a 4th arm to this game. Right now, you're down by 3. It's not looking great. I kind of think you just leave Bushy in, and unless it gets bad, unless you're on the brink of having the game end, I think then you kind of have to call it quits. At the same time, with that time limit, a pitching change could be enough to tip the scales. Runner from first will go, and it will be indifference as he is easily in at second. We've seen the T3 Warhawks 16U squad do some great things, but it was Meslak the one who almost got a run rule in 1 inning. The 1-0 up high for ball 2. Already 3 coming home this inning. 4 and 5 in a prime spot to join them.
And only 1 down still.
That is a big thing to note. Here comes the 2-0. Inside for ball 3.
You never know, though. We could see a random unorthodox double play.
That definitely could happen. Not the first time it would happen, and I'm sure not the last in this summer. 3-0. It is in there for strike 1. And we will see another pitch. I think Force Mancuso has seen what they need to see from this game, and I think they're pretty much in agreement of who they are going to play in the championship. The 3-1 tipped foul, now full. And if you are Force Mancuso, getting an early start offensively is going to be paramount. And I think when they talk things over, when this gun's over, and when they start warming up, that is going to be their biggest point of emphasis. They got to go out here and they got to get those early runs on the board. If not, this one could get out of hand. But they still do have the momentum as the number 1 seed, keep in mind.
They're also the home team, so they have to get 3 outs before they hit.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Here comes the payoff pitch. Ground ball hit towards third. Throw to 1 on the look back is in time for out number 2. But that'll bring in the 4th run of the inning, 8th overall. And that is going to make this a 4-run lead for the Warhawks. Nice RBI ground out from Jockle. It's an out, yes, but a very productive out. And with 2 down, that'll bring in Noah Willett, the number 10 hitter. First pitch to Willett, backs him out, but it is in there, and based on that reaction, he knew it. 0-1 the count. Once again for the Wild Factor, it's Kovaric, Hinkle, and Lassard hitting in the top of the 7th as they will try to keep the game alive. The 0-1 fouled off into the track, now 0-2. Getting out of the inning here is paramount for the Wild Factor if they want a shot at this one. And they need the offense. It has kind of come and gone today, just like the sun. But they need it in one final big burst. The 0-2, it is strike 3 looking, and the side is retired. A no doubt punch out from Bushy, and the inning is over. T3 doubles their tally, and they are firmly in control. Through 6 in Akron, it is the number 2 seed, 3 outs away from making it to the championship game, up 8-4 on the Wow Factor. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Matatanes Baseball is holding tryouts for their 10U to 13U teams and are looking for dedicated players ready to grow and compete. Join them on July 15th at 6:30 p.m. for their 10U tryouts at the Maplewood Baseball Field in Cleveland, or on July 16th at 5:30 p.m. for their 13U tryouts at the North Ridgeville High School Baseball Field. At Matatanes Baseball, they prioritize player development, helping athletes improve their skills, baseball IQ, and confidence on and off the field. Whether you're looking to elevate your game or take the next step in your baseball journey, Matatanes is the place to be. The T3 Warhawks are 3 outs away from sealing a semifinal victory and booking their place in the championship game that is to follow in the 16U division of this edition of the Zips Invite. For those just tuning in, he's Ragazzo. I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this afternoon. And speaking of that championship game, that game is up next on SmeeSports after this one is over. Give or take around 30 minutes until it actually gets underway. We will have one final pitcher on here as that one is chopped foul. It is going to be Logan Hess coming on to try and seal this one for the T3 Warhawks. They've used a whole host of pitchers, but not for too long in this game. But I still expect it to be Jockel on the bump in the championship game. He started their first game of the tournament on Thursday. Don't know how long he can go, but I think out of anybody that they have active, that would be the guy to go to. We will see if that ends up being the decision they make or not. The 1-1 runs inside for ball 2. But first to make it there, they have to get these final 3 outs. And going back to the 6th inning, it looked like we were going to have a close game entering the 7th, but that is far from the case. Here comes the 2-1. Weak hit up the middle, picked up by Hess. And his throw to 1 is in time for out number 1. A quick first out to get the top of the 7th off in style. And with Kovarik taking care of, that'll bring in Landon Hinkle. Hinkle so far in this game, a bunt, a double play, and a ground out. And based on where we are in the game, Force Man Cuso satisfied with what is going on. They're going to go off to the side and begin their warm-ups, or at least getting ready to enter their dugout. The pitch, going to run inside for ball 1. Stick with us after this game goes final, and after our final commercial break, then we will announce our player of the game presented by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. Hess is 1-0. Upstairs for ball 2. This has been a great game for the T3 Warhawks. This is what we expected to see from them. And now they are 2 outs away from playing for a championship. If you'd have told this squad down 2-1 entering the 6th inning on Thursday that this would be what would happen, they would have taken it for sure. It all started with that comeback against Forest Cruz, and they got the rest done. Here's the 2-1. Off the dish for ball 3. In the on-deck circle after Henkel, it is Lucien Lessard. Lessard does have plenty of power, but it would take a lot more than just him to get the rally going. The 3-1, it is upstairs for ball 4. And that'll put a runner on with 1 down. At the same time, though, double play ball ends the game, and we've seen a couple of those today. Looking at Lessard, an RBI single his last time up. He has also walked and has grounded out in this one. Has sets and fires. First pitch is off the dish for ball 1. The heat once again picking up at Skeeles Field, getting a lot warmer than it was a little while ago. But that is not really too much of a surprise. The sun has come and gone. And here it is, I would say, at its brightest as we are kind of at the peak of the heat for the day. For those hoping to see the championship game start at 3:15, I would say temper your expectation there, as I would expect 3:25 to 3:30 as the start time for that game, just given how long this one is going. 2-0 fouled back, now 2-1. And still, that second game of the day was a really quick one.
Yes, it was.
I believe around 1 hour and 19, and we had a walk-off winner. 2 balls, 1 strike. The pitch from Hess. Upstairs for ball 3. The Wow Factor knows they need a whole host of runs here to give themselves even a sliver of hope. But right now, things are not looking the brightest. That'll help as it is ball 4, and that'll put our second runner on with still 1 down. It is Zach Stow now stepping in, and even more so now, it doesn't look like the Wow Factor has enough in it to get back in and actually win. But at the same time, those runs are very important, as that does allow a few mistakes to the T3 defense. Without those mistakes, this could be a tougher finish than they would have liked. Still could be a tougher finish than they would have liked, just depending on what happens in the next couple of moments. If you are Stow, though, putting the ball in one of the gaps is going to be paramount, as they have those two options to hit. First pitch to Stow is on the edge for strike one. Good response from Hess. Once again, he is your fourth pitcher of the day. So a very bullpen-oriented game for the T3 Warhawks. And I'm sure Force Mancuso is not too upset about that. The 0-1 fouled off towards the soccer stadium, now 0-2. You can kind of feel the energy going away from this game. We saw the offense in the bottom of the sixth. Now it just kind of feels like a slower finish. Both sides kind of out of it. The 0-2 upstairs for ball one.
Yeah, barely hearing any noise from the players, from the fans. They're probably all feeling the heat. And I don't blame them.
We haven't heard much since really that second game. And that's going to be tough in a championship setting. Nice break in, and finally there is the crowd noise back. And it is for a caustic response. Now 2-2 the count. In the on-deck circle for the Wow Factor, it is going to be Truman Goss. The pitch is off the plate for ball three, and we are full. And if this is a walk with the bases loaded, one down, the tying run would step in. That would be a big opportunity for Goss to change the game, but still might be a little bit too late. But first time called. And that's probably the right decision from Stow. The Wow Factor, they have to have their dugout in this game right now.
Absolutely. Any momentum they can have is good. Now bases loaded.
It's 3 walks in a row. No action in the bullpen, as they really cannot afford it right now.
Exactly.
Truman Goss steps in. He is the tying runner, at least represented for now. And this is where the Wow Factor can get back in this game. Still, though, 2 outs to play with. Is it too late? First pitch is going to be called a foul ball, 0-1.
That was interesting.
Now, if that just bounced off the catcher and went wide, then that would have been 5-8. And I would say relatively easily, too. But right now, it's an 0-1 count on Goss. His goal is to probably once again put the ball in a gap. The gaps are going to be the best friends of this Wow Factor offense, as that is going to be their best chance to bring in multiple runs at one time. The 0-1 strikes in the zone. Now 0-2.
He's got to live there. He can't do anything too fancy. He's just got to rinse and repeat. Give him an opportunity to put it in play. Let your defense do the work.
The 0-2. It is in there for strike 3 looking, and there is out number 2.
That works too.
And with that, the Wow Factor down to their final outs. The T3 Warhawks can sound their final countdown, and they are ready to solidify their win. 1 out away from making it to the championship game. It is Jack Childs, the left fielder, the last hope of this offense. First pitch from Hess is going to miss inside for ball 1. Reminder, stick with us after this one goes final, as we will announce our player of the game presented by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, and then we will transition on to our final broadcast of the day, which is the 16U Zips Invite Championship game. Should be a fun conclusion to our 9-game slate this week. And all of our games this week coming at this Zips Invite. Next week, a little bit more diversified. The 2-0 in there for strike 1. And once again, next week, 5 games on Wednesday at the Kent State and Akron Open. Thursday through Sunday, we will be at various games across Northeast Ohio for the NABF World Series 16U and 18U divisions. 2-1 is going to miss for ball 3. And those have some really good makings already. It just depends on how the schedule shapes out to see, will we have some good pool play games, or will the Stunners be in the championship round? That is ball 4. Childs will walk, and that'll make it 8-5. 4th walk of the inning surrendered by Hess. And that puts the tying run at first. Even more so looking at the landscape of this game, those 2 runs that were cut off either at third or at home, if this one does get tied up again, then T3 would definitely be kicking themselves. Nice block behind the dish to keep it close, 1-0. The chance for Papuga to change this game. Once again, a gap shot and 2-run score, and I think he might test it.
Yeah. Depends on how far the ball is out there.
The 1-0 is going to miss for ball 2. And if this is another walk, this could be a spot that the tying run is put into scoring position. And from there, all you need is a single and you test it. And if you are T3,
Can't make a pitching change.
you really can't. But at the same time, if Hess walks in that tying run or go-ahead run, you're going to have to. That's still a long way away. But this is not as easy of a finish as it once looked to be based on how last inning went. But a 2-0 count. He needs to find something here. The pitch. In there for strike 1. And a good pitch from Hess. The 2-1. He's going to miss for ball 3. And one more ball. Bases stay loaded. Still 2 outs. 2-run game. Just kind of feels like a slow descent. Here's the 3-1. It is down low for ball 4. And it is now a 2-run game. And we are going back to the top of the order. A dangerous place to be as it is going to be Ian Miller stepping in. Miller so far, a strikeout, a ground out, a flyout, and a flyout. Time now called. And is this the call to the bullpen?
They need 1 out. It's very strange.
But there's also been 5 walks this inning.
That is true.
You have to keep that firmly in mind. And with the top of the order up, 1 mistake, and you could even be losing this game. This one is not as clear-cut as it appeared to be. If this game flips, and the wow factor deserves all the credit in the world. A lot of it's just patience, but to make that kind of comeback in a game like this, that would be truly outstanding. It is going to be Hess staying on to try and get that final out. Anything in the outfield, and all eyes will be on home. And we will see a pinch runner in here. I'm not really surprised. It is going to be Paxton Grimes. They bring on some speed. Based on that, if it's in the outfield, they're sending him home.
I would have to agree.
That's the statement of intent, and I really don't blame them. Go ahead run now at first base, just to put that out there. And a chance for Ian Miller, but right now there's not really pressure to swing. First pitch is a strike. Throw down. It is into the outfield, and we have a chance. They're going to send him home. They are sending him the play at home, and we are going to be
That's game.
done. They got him at second. Without that out at 2, we would have continued. 8-7 is going to be the final. Waited to see that full designation and that full play kind of shape up. And there it is. There is the out call.
Well before.
And if that would have been a couple of seconds later, then my oh my. But the wow factor makes it interesting down the stretch. 8-7 your final. T3 hangs on. One final commercial break. Then we will be back on to announce our player of the game, presented by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Matatanes Baseball is holding tryouts for their 10U to 13U teams and are looking for dedicated players ready to grow and compete. Join them on July 15th at 6:30 p.m. for their 10U tryouts at the Maplewood Baseball Field in Cleveland, or on July 16th at 5:30 p.m. for their 13U tryouts at the North Ridgeville High School Baseball Field. At Matatanes Baseball, they prioritize player development, helping athletes improve their skills, baseball IQ, and confidence on and off the field. Whether you're looking to elevate your game or take the next step in your baseball journey, Matatanes is the place to be. Wow, what a finish in game number 3 of the day. 8-7 the final. The tying run was coming home, but an out at second base prevents it. You got to look now at player of the game, presented by the Health UCU Chiropractic Center. Your mind's kind of all over the place. There's a lot of things happening in that 6th and 7th inning to change that. I think you look here at 2 specific plays. 1, the unassisted double play, and 2, the final run that came in that ended up being the point of difference. Both were from one player, and that was Luke Jocko, the third baseman. He is your player of the game. And Cam, talk about those 2 plays, as we didn't know it at the time, but that final piece of insurance ended up being the winning run.
Yeah, it kind of felt like they were just pouring it on there in the 6th, and maybe wow factor was going to go quiet in the 7th. Obviously, they didn't end up being a 1-run game, and that winning run that came home to the last run scored from G3 ends up being the winning run. And then again, the double play, I think were the bases loaded, or were there second and third, I believe.
Bases loaded.
Okay, bases were loaded then, but I mean, still just a great play regardless. Big lead over at third, and nothing the runner could do, just right to the third baseman and just tags him out before he's able to get back to the bag safely, and really got T3 out of trouble.
I think, as we said off the air, one of the finishes of all time. Not good, not bad, just one of the finishes of all time. And that is the only way to describe what happened in that game, as that was just truly, truly absurd. To stay up to date on all the games that we are covering, follow SmeeSports on Instagram and SmeeFist2024 on Twitter. As well, subscribe to the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Enable push notifications to be notified when we upload or go live. Our goal is to reach 4,500 subscribers by the end of this calendar year. So if you are new, go down below and subscribe. It has no cost, but it greatly helps out our efforts here at SmeeSports. One more game left to go today. It is the 16U championship game at this Zips Invite. It's the 1 seed Force Ohio Mancuso taking on the number 2 seed T3 Warhawks. That'll do it for game number 3. He's been Cam Ragazzo. I am Nathan Smee saying so long for now from Skeeles Field, and we will see you again in around 25 minutes. This has been the 2025 Zips Invite on SmeeSports in partnership with the 965 Midwest Challenge. Thank you all for joining us this afternoon. We hope to see you again in a few moments, but if not, once again, thank you for coming and joining us on the broadcast, and we will see you again next time.